Hello everyone, welcome back. Like I promised, I was on to try to get a video done. I haven't put one out in a while. It's finally gotten warm enough to come out and test out my watering system. I originally had filled it up and had leaks everywhere. The nipples, when I bought them, they didn't come with instructions. And that little black grommet you see, I thought went on the inside of the pipe, which it does not. It goes on the outside and the nipple slides through it. I was able to get the nipples pulled back out of the grommets without tearing them up. That's fixed that issue. I have slight leak drips coming out the nipples, but nothing too major. I mean, that's the first drip. It's been sitting here for probably 15-20 minutes. That's the first drip it's had out of the nipple. I do have my cap there. As you can tell, I've got a leak. I gotta put some thread tape on that to seal that up better. My water drain there. The system, I have got it completely filled, and it holds just slightly above 4 gallons of water, which hopefully in the summer months should be plenty of water to keep them hydrated. There is another issue I had found. As you can tell with my charge controller for my solar panel, it's showing 0 amps being charged. The solar panel I have is not quite putting out the right amperage that I need. After looking into it deeper, the tag says 12 volts at 270 milliamps. Well, 270 milliamps is only about 0.45 of an actual amp, so she's not getting the enough amperage to charge the battery, so it's draining my battery down. For right now, I'm gonna run 2 batteries. Got them hooked up in parallel there. I'm gonna run 2 of them just to keep the coop moving until I get a new solar panel. I'm looking at possibly a 100-watt solar panel. Those will put out about 20 amps. So hopefully that'll fix that issue. I asked in one of my, I believe it was my first or second video, if anybody had any ideas on how to fix my leak. If you remember, I have that gap back here behind the nesting box. Well, I came up with it's kind of rinky-dink, but it extends over that gap, not allowing the rain to drop in, and that's just a piece of roof capping I had left from that. I cut it down to cover that, which seems to be working. I have checked inside here. Of course, I had to lower my door a little bit to hinge, as it's sticks out and it just about catches. But I have checked since I put that on to see if I had any new water stains, and as you can tell, those are all older water stains. I had a few plastic bags from working on the water system laying in here, along with a receipt, and the bags have been dry, and you can tell the receipt had not been gotten wet. I do have the lights on at the present moment. Of course, it's not quite dark enough to actually tell it, but as you can see, here's my lighting. And trust me, with that little bitty 2-foot strip at night, this thing's lit up like it's daylight. So the chickens should not have any issues thinking it's still daylight. Of course, it's set on a 2-hour time delay. So it comes on about 5 o'clock and it'll go off about 7 o'clock. Right now I've got it turned on manually. And once again, that's what the watering system looks like. As you can tell, they are slightly slowly dripping, but it's nothing too major, nothing to be alarmed about. A little bit of water's not gonna hurt. If anything, I can take and get a piece of pipe and cap it on both ends, and then cut it in half and put a little trough right there, just to keep, you know, catching it from getting on the bedding and soaking the bedding. Next step is everything's working for the most part until I can get a another solar panel. Just will run these 2 batteries here and then just kind of off and on, pull them off and just give them a boost charge. That one this morning was showing at 6 volts, so it's, by hooking them together, that's brought that one up a little bit. As you can tell, it's showing 12 volts on the system, and before it was, when I first connected them, it brought the voltage down to about 10 volts. But since this battery was fully charged, so it's slowly charging both of them up. Here I'm going to hook up the drain line so I can drain this out. It's supposed to get back in the 20s again tonight. With no chickens in here to produce heat and all that, I'm afraid it might actually freeze that and damage it up. So I'll be right back once I get it all hooked up, and then I can show you it draining out. Alright, I've got it all hooked up here. As you can tell, it's just a piece of some garden hose that I've got. It comes out and runs down there, downhill from the chicken coop. Let's turn it on here. And I'll turn this on. I gotta take the fill cap off because it's gonna create a vacuum on me where it's not gonna drain. So let's go take that off. Yep, it's created a vacuum. It's not draining. Let's hopefully this didn't vacuum shut on me. Nope, it didn't. Good. It started to. It's got a little vacuum to it. I can feel it. There she goes. All right. There we go. There we go. Yes. Just that simple. I'll drain it out. Probably every 2 weeks or so, or once a month. Drain it out and just make sure there's no bacteria or algae growing in it, and rinse it out. Fill it back up. That's pretty much the gist of that. Once you get it all drained out, you just take the end cap off there, and you can take the end cap off there, and I'll probably end up getting me a toilet brush and using that to clean that out with. Get me a toilet brush, and then maybe one of those oh, what are they, the dryer vent brushes, the big round ones with the long wire, so I can kind of run it up and down through there to get that portion cleaned out. There he is. She's done draining. Oh, there she is. It's completely done draining. There's still a little bit left in there. It's about a half gallon's worth or so that stays in the pipe, which I ain't too concerned about that because, well, even if it does freeze up, it's not gonna break the pipe. It has plenty of room to expand inside the pipe there, so I ain't too fretting that too much. But I did have a quick idea on how to give you a little idea what the coop looks like if it's ow, just got me a metal splinter in the finger. Those don't feel good. They're worse than wood splinters. Alright. But I got an idea on how to show you, give you an idea what the coop looks like at night after dark. Clothes are all up here. And there you go. So it gives a good amount of light in there. I mean, it's bright enough for the chickens, so they can go ahead and finish nesting, and all else fails, I can always add more lights to that. I might actually do that, put them over here on this rafter here. Only thing I'm concerned about, which I haven't done that with those yet, concerned that chickens getting up there and roosting might actually end up knocking them off. They're just 3M tape, but I could probably get some wire, those wire nails, and probably tack them up there, just make sure they don't get knocked off. And I've already contacted the yeah, you see it right there, that big old splinter. I'll have to get her out. Contacted the hatchery, and they don't start shipping their chickens out until closer to the end of this month, in February time frame. But they won't have no adult birds because right now I don't have the means to raise chickens or baby chicks. So they won't have their adult birds until about March, they've told me. So hopefully around March I'll be getting some adult birds in, and it will be the chicken pen will be in full progress. And my next project video is I'm going to start building my hog pen over there. Basically, pretty much where you see the snow at. Farrowing house will be over there, about right in there. I've got a friend who has some wire, fence wire, so I can go ahead and finish fencing this in. But but that won't take no time at all. The longest will be building the hog house right there. And I'm going to be building that out of pallets. I've got a pile of pallets in my barn here, which I need to go to get another stack of them. I just found, I guess, deer have decided they want to take over my chicken coop pen. I just found droppings. And those are fresh. Those were for probably early this morning. There's more over here. Huh. I guess deer have decided they wanted to move into the chicken pen. That's fine by me. They can come in here all they want to and help mow down the grass until I get my chickens. Because when I made this gate, I didn't think about it, but my mower won't fit through this gate. And I've completely nailed it down on this side. Wasn't quite thinking about that when I did that. I should have just attached it right here with a way of being able to pull it back off so I could get my mower in between there and mow. And sometimes that's what happens when you're trying to hurry up and get things done and ready for the final product. Take you along back side of my barn here. There's the stack of pallets. These are just the starting stacks. That's not enough to complete the hog house. And as you can tell, a few of them are not really worth being used. They'll probably just get burnt. So I need to get another probably 2 loads. I'm limited on how much I can carry with my trailer. But these 2 stacks will probably be, this is probably going to be just enough to do the floor. Because I plan on doing the floor, I'm going to take the bottom boards off and get some cinder blocks and set the pallets straight on the cinder blocks to get them up off the ground a little bit so they don't rot. And probably use some of these as the thicker, where they can support more weight. Probably use those as the foundation pallets, and then the smaller ones will probably be in the middle, where it can hold weight, but it's so small, narrow, it's probably not going to be the greatest when it comes to putting a lot of pressure. Might try to twist out of there, so we'll see how that all goes. Won't know it until I start doing it, and just like the chicken coop, start on it and the idea doesn't work as well as I planned, so I have to change the design a little bit. And then once I get the chickens in, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my chicken plucker. As you can tell, I've got the bases already all cut out here. So this will be able to spin. Of course, I've got, right now it's not bolted to the shaft, so then this is the side, which I'm going to be bringing it up here and attaching it somehow right there. And underneath this lip here, I'm going to have my watering sprayer that sprays down in here, down into the tub here to help knock the feathers off. Then on the other side, which side was it here? Wherever the pipe drain is. And I've done lost it here. There it is. Alright, on the pipe drain here, for the normal drainage, you see this bigger lip here. I'm going to end up cutting that out, that size there, and I'm going to get a bulkhead plug, through hole plug, put in there so it makes it a bigger hole. And then we'll run some pipe down away from the motor here. Wish I could place that motor in a different area, but it's kind of made in there. But I'm going to get some pipe, I'm going to run it down and away, so that way when the feathers come off the bird, they'll come out there and then away from the machine. And of course, I'm also going to be sealing this up a little better to protect that motor in case any water does come out. It shouldn't, because this is the original tub of the washing machine. So this tub should be sealed well enough that that motor won't get wet. But I've been bit by electricity too many times to be taking that chance. So we're going to try to seal it up as best as possible. And then this section here will probably be where I have my switches to turn it on and off. My water valve to turn on the water. So yeah, that's going to be after I get my chickens. I'll start doing that, and hopefully once I'm done with this, hopefully I can put four or five birds in here and defeather them at one time. Then I can take them, and I got a vacuum sealer, and I'll take them and we can vacuum seal the ones we're not going to eat right away and throw them in the freezer. Once again, I wanted to kind of give you an update on what was going on. A couple things I found on my chicken coop that I had to address. My next video on the chicken coop will be when I finally get the chickens in. The following video of this will be me starting on the hog pen and getting that set up. Hog pen, the hog house won't be so much details with it. It's going to be a basic. I'm just going to put some walls up, throw probably some insulation in the walls just to help them for the winter and help on the summertime a little bit to keep them cooler. And then putting the fence up, hog trough, and water. I'm not going to worry about no fancy automated system for them. Their hogs are not as picky on things like a chicken is, so they'll take what they get and they'll be satisfied by it. So please subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you on the next video.